In some of my previous presentations, I have discussed the definition of critical thinking and the characteristics of critical thinkers. I have also discussed the importance of critical thinking for teachers and for students. And we have also differentiated between the concepts of critical thinking and general thinking. In the current presentation, I would like to focus on the attitudes that are associated with critical thinking. So, there are certain attitudes that have been associated with the concept of critical thinking. First of all, what do we mean by attitude? Well, attitude generally can be defined as the way one thinks about or perceives something, that is an idea or a person or a place or a thing, a situation, an environment, a relationship, or a job, and so on. So the way we think about these things, these concepts, these ideas can be termed as our attitude. So in other words, attitude actually represents our positionality, our tendencies, and our orientations or our stances on issues or related to things, or related to phenomena, which can be social phenomena or natural phenomena. Examples of attitudes might include our feelings or perceptions about, for example, our jobs, feelings or perceptions of individuals or people, or their takes on their environments in which they live or in situations in which they are or could be. Similarly, our feelings and perceptions about our relationships with other people, our commitments, or our responses to stimuli in the environment, and also our tastes, choices, and preferences. So these are actually examples of attitude. Now, critical thinking attitude. So the attitudes that we can associate with critical thinking or with critical thinkers. What are the important attitudes that help us in terms of thinking critically? Or what are the attitudes that critical thinkers generally have? So there is a list of it, and so this list is not in some order, but these are some of the most important attitudes that we can associate with the process of critical thinking or with critical thinkers. The first one is in this list, although this is not in some order or some priority order, etc. Curiosity. Curiosity is an important attitude that critical thinkers should have, or that is actually a part of the process of critical thinking. Curiosity is actually our interest in knowing more about social or natural phenomena. So the curious people, they want to know, they want to get to the truth, they want to explore further. So this questioning attitude is an important aspect of among the set of attitudes that critical thinkers should have. Independence of thinking, independence of actions as well, is again an important attitude that critical thinkers should have. So they are independent in thinking about things, in thinking through situations, and in making decisions. Again, the next one is objectivity and fairness. So generally, critical thinkers remain objective and they remain fair in thinking about things and in making decisions and in taking actions. So generally, they avoid subjectivity or personal choices or bias. Multidimensionality again is an attitude of critical thinking, which actually means that critical thinkers should look at things in a multidimensional way. Their attitude towards phenomena is not unidimensional or one directional. They look at things in a multidimensional way through multiple perspectives. Then persistence. The critical thinkers are persistent in terms of going for, in terms of getting to the truth of things, and so they do not easily lose their temper or their persistence. So they go on till a point where they reach at evidence related to the decisions that they want to make or the positions that they want to take. Then rationality, which actually means that critical thinkers use reason to arrive at decisions rather than emotionality or their feelings. So it is their rational side, their reason, that is dominant in their thinking, in their thoughts, and in their actions rather than their feelings generally. Then they are candor, which actually means that they are very specific, clear about their stances, and their stances are not ambiguous. The next one is humility, which actually means that critical thinkers are not judgmental and they are ready to accept other viewpoints for which they find evidence. So they can change their positions, they can accept other people's perspectives if they find evidence in support of those perspectives. In other words, they are not imposing their own judgments or their own views on others without proper support for that. So they are always ready to actually accept facts that come from anywhere, and they can change their perceptions about things in line with the new realities that come out as a result of research and discovery. Discipline. Critical thinkers are quite disciplined. So in terms of getting to sources of knowledge, they have a set plan, and so they follow certain rules and regulations. And so again, if we combine this with the aspect of rationality, where there is use of reason, but there is also use of discipline in terms of thinking critically, logically, and in terms of getting to decision based on a disciplined process of knowledge and analysis. Then bravery, which actually means that critical thinkers have the courage to explore further, to be ready to get challenged on the stances and positions that they have, and also to change their positions and to take risks as well. This is also an important aspect of the concept of bravery, that critical thinkers might need to take risks in terms of searching for evidence that might be contradictory to their beliefs and to their perceptions and to their positions. And the last one in this list, which again is not the last on the list of attitudes, there might be other lists or other concepts that might be included in this list. But here in this one, integrity, which actually means that the critical thinkers have this, they have strong characters, which actually means, again, that whenever they see that there is evidence against their stances, they will not hide truth. The truth that they come to know, they will share with others, and they are ready to be questioned, they are ready to be challenged. And if the challenge is strong enough, and so they have evidence for it, their integrity will reflect in their acceptance of that alternative reality or the change situation. And so character is an important part of the process of critical thinking. So this is a general list that we can say is a kind of attitudes that critical thinkers are in need of. And these attitudes, this list of attitudes actually helps in developing one is a better critical thinker.